You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Welcome to episode 93 of the Soul Forge podcast.
Welcome to the Soul Forge, a place of silent mystery, quiet contemplation, and outright mayhem. Join your host, Sean Vanderloo, as he guides you through the adventures of living. Together, we'll talk about life and love, sex and dating, joy and heartache, memories and loss, and so much more. Don't worry, it's not nearly as pretentious as it sounds. Get ready for life, the universe, and everything on the Soul Forge.
Hey gang, it's Sean back at you with another crazy episode of the Soul Forge. With me today, once again, you may remember her from episode 89, it's Deidre.
Woohoo!
How the heck are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Glad to be back in your house here for another fun recording session.
Thank you.
You received a lot of feedback from friends and family of mine from your guest spot on episode 89. There was one episode in particular that Tracy and I recorded that basically stemmed from your guest spot, the one on jealousy and envy. She was quite envious of your eloquence and loquacious nature on the podcast, as was Stephanie, actually. Everybody was very impressed with your guest spot. So
thank you.
There's that.
I appreciate you guys.
Well, hey, it's a great big Soul Forge family. We're all one here. So that's just wanted to let you know what people were saying about you.
Yes, I love giving people something to talk about.
Right? Yeah. That's what this whole podcast thing is about. So.
One of my favorite songs.
There you go. Exactly. So I thought it was time for you to return for another spot here. And I guess I opened it up to you for the topic of the week. And so yesterday... Well, actually, all week at work, I was saying, have you come up with a topic yet? And you're like, no, not yet. Haven't even thought about it. I'm like, okay. And then the next day, or the second day after that, I said, so you got a topic yet? Nope, not yet. So last night you texted me, and you said, how about we talk about liquid gold? And I'm like, you mean something that makes us go? Like the fire within us? Like the deep burning desires and what makes... And you said, no. Let's talk about...
Water.
And I said, what? Water? How are we going to make an episode about water? I have no idea. So this will be quite interesting.
Yes.
We haven't talked about it beforehand.
Okay.
So you made some notes.
Excellent.
And I've got a description of what water is here according to Wikipedia. Mm-hmm. So I figured we will mention that on the show right now so that we have some kind of frame of reference for what water is.
Yes.
Okay, so here it goes. Water is a transparent, tasteless, odorless, and nearly colorless chemical substance, which is the main constituent of Earth's streams, lakes, and oceans, and the fluids of most living organisms. It is vital for all known forms of life, even though it provides no calories or organic nutrients.
Let's start with what they got right.
Okay, what did they get right?
It's vital.
It is.
For all of our living organisms.
True, everything we know needs it.
That's right.
In some way or another.
That's right.
Okay, so they got that right.
Yes.
What did they get wrong?
The reference to organic nutrients. Holy
Okay.
smack, this is the nutrient. This is the ultimate nutrient.
Water.
Water.
Because without it,
Yes, we would be dead.
yeah, we would.
Yes.
Yes.
And so let's highlight that and put that in quotes.
Okay.
Organic nutrient.
Yes.
The ultimate organic nutrient.
Tasteless, odorless, colorless.
Yes. And it needs to come from the earth,
True.
right? And then how it's transported from the earth to our bodies is another thing that we'll really need to be aware of.
Are you talking about the hydrologic cycle?
No.
Okay, because that's all I know.
Okay.
I remember that vaguely from geography class, maybe, in high school.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you how it works.
Man, you remember more than I do. I totally forgot about that part too.
See, you said water, and I'm digging here for stuff to talk about because I got nothing. So I know at boiling temperature is 100 degrees Celsius. And it's weird because when it freezes on the top, and when other things freeze, everything else freezes from the bottom up, but water is different. And without that one major difference, we'd all be dead.
Wow.
So that's everything I know about water.
That's amazing.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, that's amazing. That because that just speaks to the superpower that water is.
Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. Put it into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or creep or drip or crash. Be water, my friend.
True.
And that's how much we need it.
Yeah.
That's how much we discredit it as well. We don't give it as much credit as it really needs.
Because it's everywhere.
Yes.
And you don't think about it.
Yes.
I guess if we lived in the desert, we would.
Yes.
Because we'd be traveling miles and miles to find it
Right.
all the time. But here, where we are in Canada, and most of, first world countries, there it is.
Right.
Turn on your tap and...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the other countries that don't have it necessarily as available as we do, they're making headway with regards to that.
Yes.
Right? There's so many efforts and missions that are out there for water to be found and closer to the source of our homes.
Right.
Right? So that it goes through less, I like to call it jet lag.
Okay.
Our fruits, our produce, our veggies that we get from the States, Mexico, across the ocean, I call it jet lag. By the time it makes it to our plates.
It's not fresh.
No,
exactly.
No.
And I've heard about that before too. Like all the fruits and vegetables, they have to make them different strains. Because if you want a strawberry that's fresh, you have to get it here. If you get a strawberry from wherever they make it down south, then it's a different strain. It's not as ripe, and there's something wrong with it because it would be full of bruises.
Yes.
Because of the traveling.
Right.
Exactly. So
Right.
there's that. I know a little bit about things.
Yeah.
Not a lot about stuff, but
You know more than you think.
yeah, I guess when I'm stretched to find stuff to talk about, then
Yeah.
there it all just comes. Yeah, not bad.
Shows up.
Ta-da! Yes. What else do I know? H2O, two hydrogens and one oxygen molecule, and that makes your water. And you've got some notes here.
Yes.
Let's bring it in your direction here.
Yeah,
And
let's continue with that. That H2O, it's the power of two. So the power of water, or H2O, and the power of oxygen, O2. Without them, we would be dead,
totally.
right? One just would kill us a little bit faster than the other.
Yeah.
So
Right.
without oxygen, we would be dead a lot sooner than water,
That's true. That's true.
right?
Yes. And we wouldn't be here to bring the listeners this podcast
Right.
because there would be no podcasts. There would be no life. There would be nothing. So there is that.
You got it.
Right. Okay.
I love it.
Oh boy.
And so when we think about that, how vital water is, what are we doing to support the theory or the proven theories that water helps us live and live long lives?
Well, that's right. Because what did they say? They say eight glasses a day. But is it 8 glasses or is it 8 cups? So 8 ounces times 8, 64 fluid ounces of water. But you can get it not just from water. You can get it from your juice, from your food, your coffee, everywhere. It's not as pure.
Right.
But the more you have, the better it is for you.
Right. That's the going thought. My going thought is that's not enough. We're in a constant state of dehydration with just the eight glass. Even if it is just 8 glasses of water a day, we're still dehydrated.
Because as we breathe and move, we use up our energy sources.
Right.
And so we exhaust ourselves or dehydrate ourselves.
Yes. And it's our water that also activates and energizes our mitochondria.
It gets our cells going.
Yes.
It's the fuel.
And that's how we thrive.
Right. And so you could live for days and days and days without food, but what is it, 3 to 7 days without water?
30 days, over 30 days without food, with 8 glasses of water a day, let's break it down to about 3 days without water. Ideally, if we were hydrated, 7 days.
Water, water everywhere, and all the boards did shrink. Water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink.
Right?
Yeah.
We could survive without water. So what are we doing to support that?
I don't know. What are we doing?
Not a heck of a lot.
No.
Our food guide, 8 glasses of water. Right? Our national Canadian food guide.
Which changes all the time.
Yes. Not fast enough.
Not fast enough,
Right.
but
All the time.
yeah.
Right? And it's still including coffee, tea, juices, and all that.
Yeah.
My idea of this does not include that stuff.
Just
we
water.
Just water.
So have
That's
your
right.
juice, have your coffee as well.
Yes.
But you're thinking 8 cups of water, pure water every day.
Double it.
Oh, really? So 16.
16.
Is
You
that,
got it.
Is that what you do?
Yes.
Okay, because I see you with your little water bucket at work.
Yeah.
Not bucket.
My big water bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like almost like a bucket. It's pretty big, right?
Yeah, it's a liter.
Okay.
It's 1 liter.
Yeah.
And so think about it like this. Our Earth is composed of, as you mentioned, water. What percentage of water?
Well, don't they say 70% or something?
You got it.
And isn't the human body made up about 70%?
About in
too?
our cardiovascular system.
So we're like the Earth.
Yes, and then our brain is composed of at least 85%.
I thought it was closer to
Water.
90, but
Right?
yeah.
High number. High, lots of water. Lots of water.
Ugly bag of mostly water.
So our headaches, our cancers, our cardiovascular diseases, high blood pressure, atherosclerosis, sorry, I'm getting technical and not.
Well, you are
And-
a medical professional, so you know these terms and
Yes,
things better
yes.
than I would. So.
Exactly. So when we're dehydrated, it allows those things to proliferate. Our migraines. Let's talk about our migraines.
Everybody's
too.
got a migraine these day and age.
Yes.
In this day and age.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we're dehydrated. Our diabetes. That's diabetes is 2-part. Our pancreas is overwhelmed with sugar.
Okay.
Our extracted sugars.
I'm always thinking about it. I don't know what I'd do without it. I really love my pancreas.
And then we're dehydrated
Right.
on top of it.
So we're not drinking enough water. We're eating too much junk.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's leading to a health crisis.
Yes.
And that's why everybody's obese.
Exactly. Exactly.
So drinking more water is a good place to start, is what you're saying.
You bet. It will take care of 50% of our ailments
Right off the bat.
right off the bat.
So
Done.
Just drink more water.
Drink more water.
Okay. That doesn't sound so hard.
It doesn't sound so hard. And yet, when I suggest for every cup of coffee, triple fist. So you have a cup of coffee. For that same amount of coffee,
Yeah.
have a cup of water in one hand and a cup of water in the other hand. So that you drink the cup of water first, drink your coffee, and then follow it up with a chaser, a water chaser.
That's a
Same
lot of
amount.
liquid in your gut.
You bet.
You're-
People get scared.
Yeah, because you're going to be peeing all the time.
You bet.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be.
I guess so. Well,
So,
well, I'll tell you, I've got a pretty strict routine as a mailman.
okay.
Okay, so I get up in the morning, I have my shower. There's some water right there for you.
Yes.
And then I eat breakfast, and I have a cup of coffee. Then I go to work. I pee before I go to work. Actually, outside. I've sorted all day. Get there at 7:30. Pee around 9:30. Go outside. Deliver the mail. I have my bottle of water with my Mio in it. I don't know if that's a bad thing or not.
Okay.
But I have
That's
it.
a
'cause
whole nother podcast.
I'm sure it is because the water we fill up at work tastes horrible.
Yes.
It's not odorless or tasteless.
Right.
It's gross.
Right.
But so I put the Mio in it and I drink that throughout the day. And it depends on how hot it is if I'm drinking the whole bottle or not. Because you can't carry too much with you.
Right.
So I have a stash at my apartment building that I deliver to halfway throughout my day, where I keep extra water.
That's awesome.
Yes. So
Excellent.
my route is designed pretty well.
Oh, good.
And so then when I'm out there, and I don't pee while I'm out there, I might have to, but there's not really any place to go. I'm not going to go behind some bush.
Right.
And then I get back to the post office, take off my mail bag, and go pee right away. It's the same thing every day.
Yes.
Whether I've had half a bottle or 3 bottles of water.
Right.
So,
Right. And I get that. The convenience as well. It's supporting our convenient lifestyle, our single-use plastics.
That's bad.
Unfortunately, yes.
The ocean is full of it.
The ocean is full of it, and let that be a representation for what's also going on in our bodies.
Well, that's what they say, right?
Yes.
When they dissect like the whales and the things, that plastic bags and the 6-pack of beer ring things and all that stuff inside them. But they've tested us, and we've got plastic in us.
That's right. We have the microplastics.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's killing us.
You bet.
Even though we're living longer.
It's depositing on our organs.
Yeah.
And it's showing up. It's showing up as cancers. It's showing up as scars, as cysts, as you name it. Our plaque, right?
All the
Plaque on our
things.
teeth and our arteries. It's showing up. So yeah, let's beware. And I have some tips that I'll share at the end.
Okay.
Just how to ingest this water so that it's okay for our lifestyles and our bodies.
Because I know I don't drink enough. I know it for a fact.
Right.
Because in the morning I just have the coffee, and then I go to work and I have my bottle of water throughout the day. I don't drink while I'm sorting. Sometimes I do. I've been doing it more often actually now because I'm finding I'm really thirsty these days.
Okay.
So maybe that's part of it. I don't know.
There you go.
And then I'll get home from work, and I don't have any glasses of water. I might have some iced tea or a can of ginger ale or something like that.
Right.
But I don't drink a lot of water,
Right.
except for when I'm walking at work with my meal. So
Okay.
that's
okay.
it.
The PWR Spot Show is on the air every single week for your wrestling listening pleasure. We talk about professional wrestling. None of that fake stuff here, just Hulk Hogan, pile drivers, and cage matches. So join us at the ProWrestlingRoundtable.com or on ESONetwork.com.
Just to inject your soda pops.
Yeah.
If you're drinking soda pop, double your water intake.
Is that right?
Yes, because that sugar is crazy.
Yeah, I don't drink a lot of pop.
It crazy. Yeah.
I've cut down on all the crap as much as I can. I went from 3 sugars in my coffee to 2, so I'm trying to
That's a
reduce
great
that as
start.
well.
Great
And I know I should get
start.
rid of more actually, but
Yeah.
and weren't you telling me before about the refined sugars?
Yes.
How bad that is?
Yes.
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 And I got to find a good alternative for it.
Yes. It's pureeing the whole fruit. So puree using dates instead of any of the granulated extracted sugars.
Okay.
So in your baking and your cooking, use the dates. Use bananas. Really overripe bananas will do it. All right. There's a complaint that it has too much sugar. Are you kidding? It's coming from the whole banana, the whole fruit itself.
Right.
So it's not extracted. The point is, it's not extracted.
As soon as you do something man-made to it, it wrecks the purity of the thing.
That's right. That's
okay.
right. And then our body, our pancreas is so overwhelmed by these extracted sugars and such. So yes. So increase your water.
So
intake.
just more water. You can't go wrong doing
Yes.
that.
Yes.
But can you have too much water?
You could.
Isn't there a theory or a practice where people drink so much water it almost makes them drunk or something?
No, it'll mess with your heart.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because it dilutes the electrolytes.
That's what it is. Yes,
Particularly,
'cause you've
you
had
have
too much.
sodium, you have potassium. Those are the electrolytes that keep your heart pumping and sends the electrical charge, the network. The electrical network throughout your heart to allow it to pump and
Okay.
continue pumping and have its own system.
Right.
So you don't want to mess with that. So yes, you can have too much.
Because you flooded yourself.
Yes. If you drink this all at once, then you bet 4 liters all at once. Yes, absolutely. That will.
I couldn't imagine
Yeah.
drinking 4 liters all at once.
Yes.
No.
There are some syndromes where people don't have that ability to be able to limit. To cut, to say this is enough water and this is enough,
Okay.
right? That's more in the extreme. So our bodies contain 75%. That works out to about 4 liters to 6 liters of fluid going through our bodies.
Ugly bag of mostly water.
Okay. Liquid water going through our bodies includes the red blood cells, white blood cells, all those proteins, nutrients that help us live.
Yeah.
And so that's why I recommend 4 liters to 6 liters
Every day.
every day for adults. Let me be clear about for adults.
Right.
And for kids, you will know. Here's my tell. You will know by by how pungent their gases are that they emit.
Okay. So the worse it smells?
Yes, the higher smell it has and such, they're dehydrated.
Okay.
They don't have enough liquid volume in them.
So keep pumping the water
So,
into them and their farts
yes.
won't smell as bad.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. So that's the tell.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
See, your
You
medical
thought it was
training
gonna-
comes in handy.
And you thought it was going to be boring.
Yes.
Water.
Water, how are we going to make an episode about that? And here we are over 18 minutes in. And we're, okay, what do you know? See, I told you I had faith in you.
Thanks, man.
And you thought I was giving you too much credit. I had no idea how this was going to work, but hey, look at here we are. That's not bad. It's not bad. Should we talk about all the technology and stuff about desalinization to give people in less waterful countries better water? Do you know anything about that? I know they're always trying to invent things to make it easier to access.
Yes. Now I have not focused on that.
Okay.
In terms of desalinization.
That word.
Desalinization.
Yeah.
And please correct me by all means. Type it in the comments. Comment back and correct me, please. Correct us on that.
Soulforgepodcast@gmail.com.
You got it. And yet, that's also what that helps us, because we need that. Whatever is in the land usually means that's what is needed.
Right.
Whatever shows up on the land is what is needed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning from the weeds, the quote unquote, I'm air quoting here, the weeds that are showing up on my lawn.
Yeah.
It's showing up because this is what the soil is needed. This is also what I'm needing as well.
You're
energy.
not eating grass and weeds from your lawn, are you?
I am.
Are you?
I am, because
Like, seriously?
I've learned I have four different types of weeds that are on my lawn
Okay.
that are needed. Yeah, so red clover. Red clover helps us with you know what? We need to go make this another podcast too.
In the summertime
Because-
when there's no snow out there.
Yes, because the red clover helps women in particular with regards to, and it's well known, with regards to their premenstrual syndrome and symptoms.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, it's such a great helper and supporter for us women. So it shows up in abundance. Guess what? It might be that this is what is needed.
So do you make a tea out of it, or do you just eat it?
Yeah, sure.
You can do either?
You can do either.
Okay.
Yes.
But if you make tea out of it, then you have more water in you.
You got it.
Oh, I see what you're doing there. Okay.
You're catching on, right?
I'm getting it. Okay. So you've got red clover in your yard.
Yes.
In one of my yards, I had chives growing, wild chives.
Oh.
Yeah. And whenever I cut the
Very
grass, oh boy, it smelled like onions everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you make use of those. The things we consider as weeds is because we're not using them. And they're the antidotes to whatever it is that we need.
Probably, right?
Right?
Yeah.
So they're showing up for a reason. There are dandelions. That's one of our best teas.
And
Make use of the dandelions.
dandelion wine. People make that.
Oh, very nice.
I've never had it, but I've heard of it.
Okay. I'd be curious about that.
Yeah, I can't remember who I know that makes dandelion wine,
Okay.
but it's a thing.
Ooh.
But tea,
Ooh.
dandelion
Yes,
tea.
yeah.
You've done that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. For as long as I can remember.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's so abundant,
Oh, it's everywhere.
right?
Dandelions.
Yes. Yes. My poor neighbors. When is she gonna cut her grass?
Yeah. She's not.
I know.
She's gonna make tea.
Yes. That kind of thing. So, so that's how water just keeps us alive and thriving. Like just the basics.
Hey, podcast fans, Spotify is making it easy for you to stream this podcast and many others like it on your mobile device, desktop app, and smart speaker. Open the app on your mobile device or desktop, click on the browser channel, then click on the podcast section. You'll be able to stay thoroughly entertained during your commute to work, your drive home, and your downtime, thanks to Spotify.
So how to support our hydration? So I started off saying 4 liters to 6 liters.
Yeah.
We support our body. That will allow us to survive if we ever need to, for whatever reason, without water for 7 days.
Okay, so keep yourself fully hydrated. And then, so you went on a plane and you crashed, but you survived. You have no food or water. You're okay for 7 days. Is what you're telling me.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. Give it a basis. If you're dehydrated, if you're running a marathon,
that's not likely. I'm not going to be. No.
You never say never.
Well,
You would be amazed how life comes at us and
I know, because
teaches us.
I was just reading an article the other day about some guy who was in his 40s. Oh no, it was the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a FMCK. Have you read that book?
I have not, but I've heard great excerpts from it.
It's so good. He was talking about how you're always wrong. And
Yes.
as you get older, you get less wrong,
Yes.
but you're always wrong, and everybody's always wrong no matter
Yes!
what, because you don't have all the information.
Yes.
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 Yeah, so that, I'm 2/3 of the way into that book.
Oh, good.
It's so good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good for you. Yes. Sean will be running marathons, I predict, in the next couple years.
I don't know about that. Your son just asked me before we started recording, Sean, do you play soccer? I'm like, there's running in that. I don't run. But stranger things have happened. I always said I was never going to move up to Timmins, and here I am. So what do you know?
Yes.
Yeah. So you never know.
You never know.
So yeah, I'll be running marathons, and I'll need all the water I can get then, right?
Yes.
Oh boy, what are you doing to me?
Exactly. Offering up possibilities.
I like possibilities.
Awesome.
And they're endless too, apparently. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love that. Endless possibilities. Triple fisting. Right? Triple fisting.
we're still talking about water, right?
Yes.
Okay. You see what I did there? I turned it dirty.
I know. When I was writing it down, I'm like, oh, let's give it a new meaning.
Oh boy, yes. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes. A cup of water before and after your coffee or soda pop.
Okay.
And the soda pop, double up that water. Right.
Good idea.
And then one of the ways of getting in your 4 liters is to, first thing in the morning, a warm liter of water. First thing as you get up, put your kettle on, you walk out, turn on your kettle, boil that water, and then go pee. And then drink your warm water, not hot water.
Okay.
But just warm water.
What does that do for you?
Honestly, I'm not sure exactly. It just, I don't know. It makes such a difference. It has made a difference for me, I've noticed.
Okay.
Because I used to drink cold water.
Yeah. They say that's bad for you. Actually, at the post office a few years ago, on the super hot days, they would have a cooler full of ice cold water waiting for us when we got back. But then they stopped doing that because apparently that's bad for you. If you're already overheating and you drink cold water, that's a shock to the system. So they were recommending just room temperature water.
Right.
I see you have a carafe of room temperature water right there.
Yes.
Full, and you always just access it whenever you want.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. Room temperature, and it's for the kids. And what I've done with this water in particular is I activate it. I activate it so that the water molecules are aligned. Single file alignment. And what that does, it also allows our red blood cells. Oh my goodness. If you ever get a chance to go into YouTube and watch a live blood analysis.
Okay.
And on this live blood analysis, you see the difference of what red blood cells look like when they're clumped.
Because they're dehydrated?
And because we're dehydrated, because we have disease, we have illness, whatever is going on in our body. It doesn't allow for our white blood cells to make their way to whatever is in our body to fight it.
Okay.
Okay, so when our red blood cells are clumped, it just takes that much longer for our white blood cells to do what it needs to do, and our army of healers to do what they need to do. And so when we single file align the water molecules, oh man, it allows our red blood cells to plump up.
So what do you do to activate the water?
To activate it, well, it's a special trademark technology that allows it. And the live blood analysis is a means of verifying that it's working. That the water, so before, draw blood, examine it, and then drink your water, and then about 20 minutes later, examine another sample of blood, and you get to see the difference.
Okay.
And that also helps to even further help in the healing process. 70% more, better, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
For some people, it heals.
Okay.
Right? It heals. I'm not suggesting it's a cure-all. I cannot say that it's a cure-all, but man, does it ever do amazing
it helps.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
If you're loving this podcast, you should tell a friend about it.
Spread the word about podcasts you think they would enjoy. There's something for everyone, from entertainment and lifestyle
To news and politics
and more. Share it on social media.
Believe it or not, some people don't know how great podcasts are.
or even how to find and listen to them.
You can help change that with a click. Tell your friends about your favorite podcast.
Thanks for spreading the word.
And the last thing is to make note of all the bathrooms.
Oh, that's important. Yes, it is.
Yes, because there was a wonderful quote out there. I'm going to misquote it, I know, because I don't remember quotes exactly. That one of the ways to not be involved in all the gossip is to drink more water. So you have to pee in the bathroom all the time.
I saw that meme too. I've seen it several times in the past couple of weeks.
Oh man, yeah.
Yep, stay out of other people's drama by drinking plenty of water, because you're always going to be in the bathroom and you don't have to worry about those guys.
Yes.
Something like that. That's not it
Yes.
either. If it's not in front of me, I can't read it properly either. That's why I've got a phone full of memes for end quotes for podcasts.
Yeah, nice.
Because otherwise I'll mess them up every time.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. So you come back for the highlights and the good stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think we've covered everything, unless there's any other water type topics you want to bring up.
Nothing at this time.
Okay. Well, that's excellent. We actually did a pretty good episode on water.
Yay!
So congratulations on picking an excellent topic. I would have never been able to do this by myself.
All right. Awesome.
That's why I have guest hosts. So this is awesome. And I'm sure we'll do more in the future.
Yes.
All right. Now, are you on Twitter or anything? Or what's the best way, if a listener wants to reach out to you, how could they contact you?
Oh, thanks for asking. Facebook. Yeah, Facebook right now is my primary means of networking and communication through healing through traumas and such.
Okay.
And
what would they look up?
They would look up Hearts and Minds. Hearts with a Z, Minds with a Z.
Hearts and Minds
Consulting.
Okay.
Yes.
And I will put that in the show notes as well.
Awesome.
And the links never work for some reason when I'm doing my show notes, but
Okay.
I'll try to link it in there and see if that works.
All right. People can copy and paste.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
Exactly. So we'll look forward to all our listeners reaching out to you.
Awesome.
And we look forward to our listeners finding us on Facebook as well, Soulforge Podcast. Email us. Hey, you guys have specific topics you'd like us to cover? Let us know what it is. It's hard coming up with topics every week. What do you guys want to hear? Okay. And join the Facebook group. Leave a 5-star review in the iTunes store. And remember, a healer is not someone that you go to for healing. A healer is someone that triggers within you your own ability to heal yourself. This has been another episode of the Soulforge Podcast. Find us on Twitter at SoulforgePod or email the show via soulforgepodcast@gmail.com. Soulforge is a production of Sean Vanderloo and Friends. You can find Sean on Twitter and Instagram at Darth Vaderloo. Remember to visit soulforgepodcast.com for all of our social media links and share the show with everyone you know. Thanks for stopping by the Forge. We'll keep the fires lit until your next visit.
My name is Ellie from Bastyr University, and I will be discussing just how important it is to drink water. While there are numerous drink options in every market and on every menu, none nourish our bodies and quench our thirst like water. Water is so important that every cell in the body depends on water to function normally. Most other drinks are full of sugar, artificial color, and just leave you craving more. Thankfully, water is easy to find and much less expensive than any other drink, making it a #1 choice. Depending on how active you are, drinking at least 8 cups of water a day is important for keeping you hydrated. Here are 3 playful ways to incorporate water into your life so that water is just as exciting as any other drink you might be tempted to buy. First, you can add some color. By adding lemon to this water, it'll not only brighten up the glass, but it'll also add some flavor. Next, you can make it bubbly. By drinking carbonated water, you're mimicking soda without the sugar or the additives. And finally, you can carry around a fun water bottle. It's much easier to drink water if a bottle is right in front of you. Not only is a reusable bottle more sustainable, it encourages water consumption anytime you're bored or have a free moment. Altogether, I hope this message encourages you to swap your sugary drinks for your water, because water is what will actually quench your thirst, because it provides you with the hydration your body requires. 8 cups a day is optimal, but drink more if you're active, and don't forget to put a playful spin on your water so that it never becomes boring.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping through Amazon.com or the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Ugly bag of mostly water.